Study Session 1. Definition of concepts. Introduction. In this study session, you will learn about the concept of people and explain the different situations when the word people can be used. You will also learn about concepts of culture. People and culture are words we use almost all the time when we talk to our friends, parents, children, and others. What are people and culture all about, you may ask? How does sociology view the concept of people? What differences occur in people's relationships? And what do we hope to achieve through teaching peoples and cultures of Nigeria? Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to define and use correctly all of the keywords printed in bold. Describe the people living in Nigeria. Itemize 5 levels of relationship among people. And lastly, identify and briefly discuss the 2 types of culture. Conceptual definition of people. The word people are often referred to as abstract and general types of group. In this case, the word person is sometimes used in place of people. People may be defined as any group of human beings, that is, men, women, and children. It can mean the body of people living in a community, state, ethnic group, country, or nationality. These words, global, international, national, and local, are sometimes used in respect of people and their relationship. See how to relate them to yourself as a person. Global, that is African people or people of Africa. International, the Nigerian people or Nigerians in diaspora. Then national, which are Nigerians. And lastly, local, that is ethnic consideration. To understand the concept of people, you also need to look at the various points of view. Here you see 3 cultural points of view in the picture above. To understand the concept of people, you also need to look at the various points of view. Here, you will see 3 points of view: the cultural point of view, the social, and the geographical points of view. For the cultural, we have history, same cultural traits, and belief, while the social point of view has interactions, relationships, and networking. And the geographical point of view centers on the territorial formation. As a student of sociology, Shola has never really thought about the concept of people. He has not even opened the dictionary to check for its meaning, but he uses the word and everybody does too. Now, he's starting to understand that there is more to what the concept of people is. What are the 3 ways we can explain the concept? Now, he's starting to understand that there is more to what the concept of people is. What are the 3 ways we can explain the concept? Cultural. History, same as cultural traits. Belief. For social, we have the interaction, relationship, networking. And geographical, we have territorial. Levels of relationship. In sociology, relationships are very important. We learn that people interact with one another at different levels of relationship. Do you remember the story of your first day in secondary school? Well, maybe you met with new faces from other schools like yourself. As expected, you tried to make friends. some of which you no longer have their contacts, others you still interact with. Even then, as a student, you have different levels of relationship with different kinds of people, that is, classmates, seniors, prefects, teachers, vice principal, principal, etc. Here are some levels of relationship. Subordinates. These are persons who are under the authority or leadership of somebody or something. For instance, the employees, subjects or followers, or students, etc. Another level of relationship are the ordinary men and women, the general population, as different from the government or the rich. The third level is the political unit, consisting of a group of persons, including a political unit, electorate or group. And lastly, family members, the members of somebody's family, especially somebody's close family, that is, informal relationship. Conceptual definition of culture. Let us start by defining the word culture as the universal human capacity to classify and communicate their experiences symbolically. The word culture is from the Latin word colere, with its original meaning to cultivate. Culture has been defined as the way of life of a people. As such, it includes codes of manners, dress, language, religion, rituals, norms of behaviors, and systems of belief. A common way to explain culture is to see it as consisting of 4 elements that are passed on from generation to generation by learning alone. And they are values, norms, institutions, and artifacts. Values include ideas about what in life seems important. Norms consist of expectations of how people will and should behave in various situations, while institutions are the structures of a society within which values and norms are taught and learned. And lastly, artifacts refers to things or aspects of material culture gotten from values and norms of culture. Finally, you need to know that there are 2 types of culture: material culture and non-material culture. Material cultures are the aspects of cultures that can be seen, felt, and touched, while the non-material cultures are the aspect of culture that makes people's behavior. Elements of culture. For us to meaningfully learn about people and culture and their interaction in the society in relation to elements of culture, values and norms should be well understood, as represented in box 1.2. Summary. In this study session, you have learned that people may be defined as any group of human beings, that is, men, women, and children. And we also learned that there are 3 points of view to the concept of people, which are cultural, social, and geographical. We also established that there are 4 levels of relationship, and also that culture is a way of life of a people. End of study session 1. Thank you for listening.